Like half the world, I was horrified in 1989 to watch the events that went on Tiananmen Square when the PLA murdered so many students who were basically protesting about democracy or wanting democracy. And I remember walking back the next day to the church here and seeing Bob Hawke in tears saying that the Chinese students in Australia were able to stay. And so in many ways Bob Hawke opened the gates, and what I did was open the doors here so that students could register to stay. And so every year from that time we have had here a small ceremony in remembrance of all the horrors that went on Tiananmen Square.
今天我们在这里纪念1989年的天安门运动。
Today we are here to commemorate the 1989 Tiananmen pro-democracy movement.
亲自目睹了共产党杀人的过程。
I myself saw how the Chinese Communist Army killed innocent people.
而牺牲和仍然战斗的中华儿女们，他们应该永远铭记在我们心中。谢谢大家。
We're all here because we are all one. We all come from the same, we all bleed the same blood, we all suffer the same stress. We're all one people, we're all brothers and sisters. And what evil is done to one brother or one sister is done to all of us.
My name is Auntie Shirley and I'm a descendant of the Gamilaroi and Waka Waka Aboriginal nations, and I'm a guest today, as you are today, on the land of the Wongal people, and I'd like to pay my respects to their elders, both past and present and future, and to your elders here today.
48 hours after their assault, the soldiers were still firing at will against unarmed civilians, creating terror in the streets of Beijing.
The Creator's greatest gift to mankind was the gift of life, but we can see that man is not happy with that gift because they have been killing each other since the beginning of time. But that's wrong, and because the good people in the world far outweigh the bad.
Tanks deployed in defensive positions around Tiananmen Square as word spread that other army units loyal to the discredited though moderate Communist Party leader Zhao Jiang were heading towards the capital for a showdown. The crowds were still out on the streets.
I share with you today in your grief at the massacre because there's lots of massacres have happened in this country, but there are good people in it, and it's a shared history. So, and it's a history that we'd like to share with you, as many of you might not know, but there are a lot of Chinese people out here in the gold rush days. Some have actually married Aboriginal women, so your blood runs through our veins too. And that's a good thing. So, and I'd like to welcome you here, and I too share in your sadness on this day.
我因为反对北京大屠杀而判刑3年。
I was how to say?
Tiananmen Moscow.
I was sent to the prison for 3 years after Tiananmen massacres because at that time I stood up and against the martial laws and crackdown in Tiananmen Square.
监控20年。
And then after that, I wrote a lot of articles, and so I was controlled by controlled by the communist government for 20 years. Yes.
今天我站在这里，希望不要忘记国内的那些受难者。
And today, I stand here. I hope everybody do not forget the victims in Tiananmen massacres. Tiananmen massacres in China.
不要忘记6四的血腥屠杀，让我们捍卫澳洲的普世价值。
The the night of the 3rd of June 1989, I was at Tiananmen Square, and at around 11 o'clock, some POA soldiers emerged from the Tiananmen railway station. I joined hands with students and some civilians people, and joined them to block the POA soldiers. And we joined hands by hands and sang the communist song International, and we marched towards the soldiers. I can still remember the horrible scenes on the night of the 3rd of June. We gather together every year, and thanks to Reverend Bill Crew that to house this statue of democracy, and well, with the Chinese community, we always remember that, because that's why for the 42,000 Chinese students, they stay in Australia because of Tiananmen massacre, and including their families will be around 142,000 people, and a lot of people returned to China and they forgot, and now we came to Australia to seek freedom, to seek a person without a soul, without spirit is a dead person, and a nation without a soul is a dead nation. A nation that worships the corpse of Mao Zedong. Mao Zedong's corpse still lying at the Mao Zedong's memorial hall in Tiananmen Square. A nation worships a corpse, a mummy, is hopeless. It's hopeless. So you can see that from that time, from the massacre, in 1989, the Chinese lost soul. There's no soul in China.